Hello, gorgeous people. I'm your friend Kevin, and I'm so happy, grateful, truly, that you're here with me, listening to this, doing our thing. Let's get right to today's divine daily blast, shall we? We are in an angel numerology number 5 day today, primarily signifying major life changes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Personal freedom, adventure, adaptability, and let's see, a divine message urging all of us to embrace these upcoming transitions and let go of the past. We have to cut the tethers. Think about a hot air balloon. Your past is on the ground and your light is lifting you up. The light is lifting you up. The gratitude is lifting you up. So trust the process of growth and discovery on a number 5 day. When you repeatedly encounter this number 5, the universe or your spirit guides might be trying to convey a message to you. This morning I woke up, went down to the kitchen to feed the animals, and I got 555 on my cooker clock, indicating a major life shift is imminent. The encouragement that you trust the process and release anything that no longer serves your highest good. See if you cannot spend some time embracing, celebrating your highest good. Send love out in front of everything you're about to do today. You get in your vehicle. Thank you, vehicle, for getting me from A to B. Louise Hay believes that when we lift ourselves up and give thanks and gratitude for all the things that we have, the blessings that we have, the vehicle that always starts no matter what, the pipes and plumbings in our homes that take away wastewater, all of these things that are just natural, easy peasy conveniences that 100 years ago we didn't have. Be grateful for them. And when we do that, it all expands. I was saying that yesterday. Gratitude, appreciation, it just expands. And we're in that expansion process. I've said for a long time, we're on the leading edge of this brand new consciousness, this brand new global consciousness. People are coming over into different countries. They're brave. They are doing whatever they need to do because they're getting a call to do it. They're defying anything that says, no, you can't go there. You shouldn't do this. Everything that we have in our lives is all borrowed. Moving on. My lift is a gift I am happy to share. I'm on the way to another wonderful experience. Everything, if we said, my experience today is going to be super duper wonderful, there's nothing that can get in my way, all good things happen from this point forward. Get in that mindset, you feel this lift within the heart, and that lift within the heart is that vibrational gift that the universe is trying to get us. And there was a time in my life that if you said this is what I would be doing, saying, pronouncing every day, I would think that you'd lost your ever-loving mind. Yes, I was a ratchet hairdresser. Well, I still am a hairdresser, maybe not quite as ratchet as I used to be. Anyway, moving on. The moon today is in the mystical, emotional sign of Pisces. And the sun and Mercury are meeting with the moon clashing with Uranus. So it's all too easy to say too much today. Focus on communicating in the very best way that you know how. That's all I can say about it. Planets are going to clash like people. They're all going to have their own little kiki. You just have to let them get on with it. There's going to be disruptions. There's going to be anger. There is already. People are not happy. Well, that doesn't mean to say that you don't have to be. Happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy or otherwise. Not sure what else to say about that. This is about seeking emotional adventures today, and I'll get into that in a little bit. It's about diving into the depths of emotions. Moving on to our angel affirmation card. We got a rare one today. Message from Archangel Gabrielle. Doesn't show up very often, but she does. When you need to breathe energy into your goals and dreams, call upon me. I'm the Archangel of creativity and motivation. I'm a fountain for infinite creativity. Oof. My imagination knows no limits. This is what I'm encouraging you to say to yourself. Get in the mirror if you like. Now, these wonderful cards from a lovely teacher, Radley Valentine, they look like this. Nice square box. And even if you were to get a deck of these, I don't know, you can get them off his website, I think. Shuffle them, pick one up. Perhaps you pop it on your little shelf in your bathroom, next to your bathroom mirror. Just pop it up there. You don't have to glue it. You just have to, you get those little card stands. Repeat the affirmation. I'm a fountain for infinite creativity. We're here to create, all of us. And then, you link up with other people that are creative. I've linked up with all of you, amazingly creative. That just out of nowhere comes that creativity. What else can I say about today? We have Hathor, Hathu, whatever you want to say. I mean, it's an ancient Egyptian god. Activating our light, accelerating our brilliance, and telling us, stand in the light, stand in your power. No one's going to see you if you're in the shadows. No one's going to see you if you're behind the boxes. Get into light, joy, success. Surround yourself with it like it's clothing. And this Greek or this Egyptian goddess says, we know you've been going through it, the dark, challenging times of your lives. You've got to see that the clouds are parting and the light of the sun is shining upon you. This is a time to accelerate your successes. Build momentum. Start seeing things move, shift, shape forward. Let go of the old dreams, the old visions. Let the new ones come in. You get to see very quickly what's been blocking you, what's been getting in your way, when you shine light on it. We got our sky beings, second time. She was here last week, or they were here last week. Now, the sky beings encourage us to see things from a very different, higher perspective. Rather than, if you think about how do you see things from a higher perspective? By lifting away, not so much above, but away from the heaviness of day-to-day nonsense. Get into some music that has 432 hertz. That's the music that moves positivity from negativity. There's a balance. We've talked about balance. We've talked about having that balance. Well, think about it. Think about direct and alternating currents. We have to have direct current and alternating current to make things go. Things are magnetized. They're either going to repel or they're going to attract. There's a balance between what we're releasing and what we're attracting. You're getting it. We have to do it step by step. I said on Sunday or Monday, talked about the breadcrumbs, see your goals, see your dreams, see your end result, and then work backwards towards getting it. If you do it 12 months, might seem like, good gracious me, that's a long time. Not really, my friends. You create alchemy, which is non-physical magic when you do it. You start saying, well, it's 6 months or it's a year. Well, then half it. What's going on in 6 months? Oh, oh my goodness. Then you do it in 3 months. That's not so long. Not so long. And so you see how the energy shifts. You want to have something happen by the end of the year. You send it love. December 31st, I'm going to be doing this. Some of you might be saying, well, that's plenty of time. I've got plenty of time to do what I need to do. But if you said this needs to be done by June, oof, that's a bit more of a leap. Well, how about a piece of it? Half of it, a bit of it. And you see what you're doing? You're collapsing the actual time restraints, and you're invoking the activity of it all, the possibility of it all. So sky beings, also known as sky people, they've got this angelic intelligence. They live in the sky, often sending us messages through cloud activity. They bring their beings of guides and guards, and every being that has wings that flies, they're in all of that. They are strongly connected to birds that bring us healing energy, or high-flying creatures. These beings are above us. They also bring unique perspective in a way, like eagles, like hawks. They see things from a distance, and that's what we're being encouraged to do. See up above and beyond the day-to-day doldrums. Dump the doldrums, see the dream. There we go. Let's have a look at what Louise Hay has to say. I was doing a meditation with her this morning, a gratitude meditation. It was glorious. I treat each person I encounter through the day with kindness. I receive that same consideration in return. You know, I've often told you that my naughty self, you know, when I come across people in cars that are sitting at lights next to me, they're frustrated. We've all been sitting in traffic. We just aren't going anywhere quickly, and everyone's trying to cut over and cut us off. Now, that used to send me into oblivion when that would happen. You knew this lane was coming to an end, and yet you decided to push your luck and come on over. And I've used choice words that who in the world, well, I haven't said that, but you know, dropped a few F-bombs. You think you're doing. This is just rude. And who are you? What I've found is that just let it go. They don't care. They're just doing it. They're just pushing in. It's like people who walk their wagon through stores and think they can help themselves to whatever's on the shelves and not pay for it. Well, it's not me. Let's just move on. I don't know what else to say. You know, they're not mortified. They just feel like they're entitled. It's on the shelf. Why not? Doesn't make it right. Just makes it what it is. All right, moving on. That's a little negative. Sorry. Let's have a look at this card. You know, I told you on Sunday I pull 7 cards for the week ahead. And here we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is also about seeking emotional adventures. Not being content with the artificial. Not being content with the fake. Knights are messengers. And this particular knight is diving deep into the depths of emotions. Your emotions, his emotions. Knight of Cups is a rather daring knight, daring himself and other people to acknowledge true feelings. Get into what's really up underneath your crawl. With this card showing up, your emotional truths are going to be revealed. They're going to come to bear. You cannot avoid them. This is about facing fears head on and embracing intuitive messages. The moon has entered Pisces, my friends. We've talked about the sun, and we've talked about Mercury coming together, working on clashes, working on this push and shove for truth and for honesty. And sometimes, just like I just said about people who cut me off in traffic, it's easy to go off at the mouth. Let it out if you're in your car and no one's listening. That's a good place to let it go. But try not to impose all of that on someone else. They got their own stuff to deal with. They don't need yours as well. I'm hoping that makes sense. Really, we all want to have a good day, I hope. All right. Fairies, where are you? I want something light, I want something airy, I want something fun, I want something clear. What can you bring us today? Fairies, fairies everywhere. Come out if you dare. You know, Gertrude and Beatrice have been awfully quiet the last little while. Oh, Well, Gertrude just said, well, you haven't called upon us, so we have been quiet. We've been here. We've not been hiding. We've been listening to all of you. But they are hibernating. You know, I think the fairy world do hibernate until spring comes. They want to rest. I want this card. What do you think? Ooh. Originality. These must be, they are upside down. That's why they're coming out that way. See, now this card came out last week. I think this one, if I sort of look at being adventurous, and I kind of look at digging into your truth, and look at letting your true feelings be seen, being a fountain of infinite creativity, allowing your imagination to have no limitations, lifting up as being a gift to yourself, looking at yourself with loving eyes, kind eyes, that's being original. This particular fairy queen with her blue and gold parrot, macaw parrot, sitting on her arms. There was a time in my life where I collected these birds. They were something else. I was mesmerized as a kid that parrots could mimic, that they could talk. It was quite fascinating. I quickly got over my Dr. Dolittle phase when, you know, these things make a lot of noise and boy, do they ever make a lot of mess. But I find them fascinating. I find that fascinating that, you know, these wonderful birds become people's pets. They stick them in cages. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I did it, but I think, gosh, that's like being put in a prison. Now, this lady, no, but I digress. I'm going off on the... I love this fairy queen's outfit. Look at her. Like she's about to be the grand marshal of some kind of exotic parade. That's how you want to feel. Show your true colors. Allow all your originality to shine through in every aspect of your life. There's only one of you. There's really not anybody else. You're the only one that gives life to the planet. What is it about you that's really incredible? And then say all that to yourself. Dig into the light and the love of your creativity and what makes you unique. That's enough to lift up your spirit, lift up your heart, and send you forward. Well, my friends, that's it from me for today. I love you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and doing all the things you do for me. Until tomorrow. Bye for now.